Hi, I'm Daniel Owen, VP of Search over at Direct Agents. And today we have with us David over from Google. We're going to be going over really the holiday planning strategies and get into a lot of additional tips and tactics.
Last year, during Black Friday, 40% of all e-commerce purchases were made on a mobile device. It's really marking a new trend in the digital space. And mobile, it's here to stay. 60% of all time spent on e-media is on mobile devices.
For all types of industries, the trend, even if you're B2B, B2C, really is going towards mobile. So what that really means for agencies and their clients is to be able to receive that mobile traffic. From our perspective, managing clients, it's really vital to make sure that your complete mobile presence is there, right? Google pushes a lot of things within the desktop. There's been PLAs, there's been RLSAs. Those things are all vitally just as important on mobile. It's just becoming a huge factor, and we do see the trends in impressions overtaking desktop and mobile for certain advertisers. And it's just going to continue to grow as we go forward.
One thing we talk about as advertisers and agencies a lot is how are you fully attributing the clicks that you are getting? I think a lot of people may not make a purchase directly on a mobile device, but that is influencing action.
We've seen clients that might not have a mobile page, and it's just a desktop follow, the desktop mirrored version. To create that additional mobile page or the app, if you can capture that as well, it's going to multiply your conversion rates. The mobile conversion funnel itself also is something that needs to be concentrated on. You need minimum clicks to actually go through a conversion. You can't expect the mobile user to enter everything in, through multiple pages on the funnel. That's one thing that we would even encourage is to time your user through the mobile funnel, right? And you want to make that as short as possible because really that's what's going to keep the mobile user there. But if you can create a funnel where it's going to go to a mobile app, those have shown great improvements in terms of conversion rate. And then of course, even a mobile responsive landing page is going to be great.
I think for me, one of the main things we are seeing is 9 out of 10 shoppers indicated that price was either important or very important in their decision-making process.
They've just got so many options. So pricing is always going to be a major factor. And for our clients, we do a lot of that price comparison to see if they're, as Amazon's just about everywhere today, but how do they compare to like a site like Amazon? Are they above, are they under? And if not, what can we do about that, right? So promotions itself is another way to combat price fluctuation, price differences. And there's AdWords allows a foray, just multiple ways of providing promotions, right? With your Google Shopping campaigns, you can do special offers. With their latest dynamic ads, you can create promotions and have them timed down on that. These are all very, very important ways, remarketing even, right? Trying to get them back and get that additional sale.
What we are seeing is that we really want to push these promotions out as soon as possible. 29% of shoppers actually started investigating and finding things before Halloween. Because I think when we look at the conversion and we look at this, the holiday trend, it's not just this Black Friday.
So it really is very important to catch the client, earlier in their buyer funnel, really concentrate on things like even assisted clicks, right? Assisted conversions. Those help you provide at least some insight into where the customer journey is. You can always go to additional attribution, but even within AdWords, one heavy indicator we use is assisted clicks and conversions to really understand what some of those earlier funnel stage users are at, who are the next sales, where are those going to come from, and start at least capturing those. Maximize your search real estate. What can you do? Use the enhanced site links. Make sure you're using that on all campaigns. Call out extensions. Those are just released last month. Easy way to additionally get real estate. There's just so many ways. Make sure that you are using RLSA to push higher in the searches. And the biggest thing, of course, is bidding up. With the holidays, the competitors are all going to be bidding up, and that's one way that you get lost is if you're not paying attention to that. So we always recommend, game planning for that, and increasing your bids, especially around holidays like Black Friday, and Cyber Monday. Those are huge days you have to plan for. If you have promotions to go with those days, even better. Put the promotions into your ad text. Those are going to get you, a higher CTR.
Absolutely. The sooner the better.
You really need to know the big days. Everyone's very familiar with Black Friday. Cyber Monday is the biggest online, no matter what. But the entire December month is something that's huge. So planning ahead for those days, having your promotions ready, promotions being cycled through your ad copy, being able to have that flow from your ad to your landing page, that takes a lot of time. It's very important to have short load times on mobile. I mean, I don't know how many times even myself, if a page is loading, I'm just going to click out. My bounce rate for that site, I just add it to it. But it's just not an enjoyable user experience. And give that user a better experience. Try to retain them, engage them.
And when we were talking about the holidays, I think one of the most important parts is making sure that you have organized your feed and really just identifying what actually works.
Right, so there's 2 points to that, right? One is, of course, the way that Google Shopping campaigns now allow that extra control versus the old PLA campaigns. And that's very important to be able to segment everything as fine grained as possible, really break it out so you can see, for us, really what the ROAS, what the return is for every single product. And then with the feed itself, that's a whole nother story, right? That's really being able to make sure that the feed, your product itself, right, is within the first 50, 70 characters, because that's what the user is going to see and that's what Google is actually going to be listing. Building it out also so that, especially with promotions, adding in those special offers, the promotions that you can create differences and create advantage for your ad that actually gets served in the SERPs. Being in the top 3. So the click-through rate is just dramatically more if you're in the top 3 versus the right side column. And if you really want to create impact, right, on the campaign, really shoot for those top 3 spots. That's when you get all the additional benefits, right? Like the ad extensions can show, the call out extensions can show. You can get an entire line of a bolded title.
If they've been to your site before, it's really important to show up again and again on their searches.
Last year, Google really did push Green Monday onto us. We saw, there was a little bit of lift, but it wasn't as big as we expected. And I know it came from eBay. They were the ones that coined the term. Have you seen any lift internally on Green Monday? Do you guys expect it for this year? It's something that we should be planning for.
I think the best way to answer that, what we're seeing, more and more of these holiday days show up. I don't think it's necessarily something that we're seeing internally. Just when you look at the shift on how people are conducting their holiday shopping, people are looking for deals. People are looking for new ways to make purchases. And as advertisers, taking advantage of what users have become accustomed to, we're going to start to see more and more performance after those days.
Hope everyone's gained a little bit into the holiday planning period. I know it's things that we've been trying to employ year in, year out. Really taking everything that Google has to say, and employing it into our best practices. And I want to thank you for coming. Thank you. High five.